Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Last night, the Halloween Ends teaser trailer dropped and we took a look at it. We took a quick look at it, but today I would like to go a little bit more in depth with it and also take a look at the Halloween Ends poster. BloodyDisgusting.com does have it up on their website right now, as well as the trailer. But the Halloween Ends poster is pretty darn cool. It's got this kind of like ashy feeling to it. It's very dark, and you can just see that burned side of the face, and you can kind of see how it's kind of like, I don't know, it's almost like how it's kind of like dried up almost, and it's starting to crack and things like that, and you can just slightly see Michael's eye in there, which is pretty cool. And you can sort of see like a little hint of the sparks and the fiery effect that was in the previous poster. See, now for myself, what I would have done is I would have had the Kills poster be straight on. I think that would have been the best way to do it, where you have the Halloween Ends or the Halloween poster. It's kind of like Michael's looking this way, the Kills is looking this way, and then the Ends is looking this way. But the Ends and the Kills posters are kind of doing the same thing. But I still feel like the Halloween Ends, all three posters actually kind of tell a story. The Halloween 2018 poster has Michael coming out of the darkness with the brand new mask, or at least the 40-year-old original mask, but it looks new. Stop that! Don't do that. Anyway, he's coming out of the darkness. It's almost like he's finally coming back, right? And then Halloween Kills is like, it's like the climax of the trilogy. The most crazy shit happens in that movie. The poster is literally on fire. Michael's on fire. It's the most chaos in that movie. And with this poster, it kind of seems like things have kind of toned down a little bit. Things have kind of, everybody's calmed down a little bit. It's been 4 years. People have gotten a chance to kind of relax. And then Michael's coming back out of the shadows. And you can kind of see like the sparks and the fire. The ominous feel kind of represents, you know, the chaos he left behind almost. So I kind of like that. I feel like the posters tell a story. But maybe I'm projecting. I don't know. But that's what I get from it, and I really like it. And in terms of the scarring on the mask, it kind of looks like they've gone with this kind of overall gray tone on it. So I'm very intrigued to see on what Christopher Nelson's approach was when he went from Halloween Ends, which has kind of got those yellows and those kind of, there's almost some greens in there, a little bit on the burn side, and some blacks. And this time around, it looks a little bit more gray. So I'm interested to see what the approach was when he was doing that, and how it's kind of like dried up and rotted some more, stuff like that. Very interesting. But in terms of the Halloween Kills trailer, we have it right up here on Bloody Disgusting, so I'm going to take a look at it one more time and talk about it. And from what I understand, actually, you know what, they have all the information right up on here. So Bloody Disgusting, take a look at them, guys. I'm sure most people know that already, but so Bloody Disgusting has a bit of information right up on here, a little bit of a synopsis. So right over here it says, 4 years after the events of last year's Halloween Kills, Laurie is living with her granddaughter Allison and is finishing writing her memoir. Michael Myers hasn't been seen since. Laurie, after allowing the specter of Michael to determine and drive her reality for decades, has decided to liberate herself from the fear and the rage and embrace life. But when a young man, Corey Cunningham, is accused of killing a boy he was babysitting, it ignites a cascade of violence and terror that will force Laurie to finally confront the evil she can't control once and for all. So that's very interesting right there. And I did watch 3C Films video on his quick breakdown, and he said that the gentleman, Corey here, was the man that we see Michael grab in the trailer. So that's very interesting. And right here, like I said last night, starting right off, you can see Michael kind of going into the house. I really like that. It kind of sets the mood. It sets the atmosphere. I'm not entirely sure whose house this is. I would assume it's Laurie's house, but it's not anything we've seen before. But it is decorated very nicely, so that is interesting. That could represent that Laurie has finally let some of this anger go, just like the synopsis says. She's willing to decorate her house. They're willing to move on. So that kind of suggests that they're willing to kind of embrace Halloween. But like I said, I really like this feeling where Michael kind of goes up through the house and you hear that subtle breathing. But in terms of just the trailer, I feel like it sets a good mood, right? Now, I'm gonna start this. A little bit of the music kicking in, but that breathing, the push in right into the house. He's coming up the stairs. And right here, you see this moment where Michael is putting his hand on the door, his left hand on the door. And this is something that I also seen in 3C Films' video as well. He's suggesting that this isn't Michael Myers, which is very interesting. As you can see, he's got all 4 digits right there. Michael had 2 of them blown off in 2018, as most of us do know. So that is quite interesting. 3C Films also mentioned the fact that it could have been a reverse shot. It could be Michael's right hand and we're just seeing the reverse. It is possible, or maybe this isn't Michael. That's also something that could be very possible. But I guess we'll have to find out. And right there you can see Laurie pointing that gun right at Michael, or Michael. Very, very, very cool shot, and you can see that she's sort of dressed like how she was in the original film, which again is pretty interesting.
Come on, let's go.
And then we go right here into the kitchen. It's all dark and moody in there. I really do like that. Michael, one hand throws her right across the island of the kitchen. Michael's making some cheeks. This Halloween. And you can see a shot of a few different people screaming. And right here, this is what we get to see here with this kid that is supposedly Corey, where Michael kind of reaches out and he grabs him, and it looks like they're in the sewers. And if you've watched some of Dave McRae's videos, or if you've been aware of what do they call it? The working title for Halloween Ends, I guess it was called Cave Dweller. So this kind of reminds me of that. I've seen that, and this definitely reminds me of that Cave Dweller thing. And what could be in store for Michael in terms of maybe them explaining where he's been, or maybe something deeper that we don't quite know about yet that we'll have to find out. But Corey is in this. He is in this sewer, roaming around, so we'll have to find out what that's all about. And then we get another shot. Seems like Michael likes opening doors in this trailer, because he's just opening doors all the time. But we do get to see a redhead on the phone. I don't know who that is. And a few flashbacks here to the previous films. Laurie coming out. There's Andy. Her actual name is Andy. Andy. But then we also see Sheriff Hawkins, or not Sheriff, what the hell? Officer Hawkins. And some more close-up shots.
Come get me, motherfucker.
And then Michael comes right out of he pops right into frame. So that's pretty cool. We get that nice blue lighting, that cool, cold feeling. I like that. And then you can see the struggle. I really like this when I was watching the trailer, where you can tell that Michael is forcing Laurie's hand into the garbage disposal. That's kind of a suspenseful moment. I like that. It also kind of reminds me of H2O. These films definitely have their callbacks to some of the other ones. But that moment definitely reminded me of H2O when I forget the character's name, but he was reaching his hand in the garbage disposal to get the corkscrew. And he turns around and Michael's right there. She fights him off, stabs him in the hand, and right there you can see he's still missing his 2 hands. So if there was any sort of notion that maybe his hands grew back, his fingers grew back, he regenerated, that looks like it's not the case. Halloween Ends. So overall, I mean, I'm definitely excited for this. Like I said in the previous video, I definitely think that they're going for more of a keeping the cards close to the chest. This is their last movie that they get to do as of right now. So they definitely, I would feel that Blumhouse and Universal and everybody involved would want to keep this to keep the suspense building. They don't really want to reveal anything. They might, I mean, the trailer already got leaked a day early, so I don't know, but let's hope that the movie stays under wraps until its eventual release, because I think that would be more enjoyable for everybody involved. We don't get to see too much of the kills, we don't get to see too much of the narrative, and also keeping Michael at a distance, at an arm's length. That's what I like. I like keeping Michael far away. I don't want to see him all the time. I don't want to see that much of him, especially if it's in a trailer where I don't even get to see the movie, right? So I want to keep Michael at a distance, and based on some of the rumors that we've heard, but maybe Michael isn't even in this movie a whole lot. I don't know about all that, but I do want him to be in the movie, obviously, but just kind of treat him like John Carpenter did. You know, treat him at a distance. Treat him as like he's coming closer. You know what I mean? Like Dave McRae would say in some of his videos, like an incoming storm. And I reference Dave McRae a lot when I'm just talking about Michael in general, just because he just seems to be one of the most well-informed when it comes to what Michael is supposed to be. So I really enjoy his stuff watching it. But I like this. I like what they're doing so far. Very excited about it. I like the poster, and like I said, I think the posters are kind of telling their own story as well, so that's very interesting. But overall, I'm pretty excited. I hope you guys are too. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and maybe hit that notification bell. It would be greatly appreciated. And of course, until next time, true believers.